Chris, pleasure to talk to you again, mate.
Thank you, Budgie.
Good to have you here in Queensland. I've just came to have a look at your coaching session today, and I learned some very exciting news from you, and that is that you're about to open a shop in Melbourne. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, definitely. I think it's a really good opportunity. Played hockey for a long time, obviously, and I always looked at the ability to bring back and give back to the community. And I think having a hockey shop will really be able to do that. I think it's going to be more of an experience coming into the hockey shop as opposed to just coming in for stock.
Okay, talk about experience. So, I mean, normally I go to a hockey store, I want to buy a glove, I want to buy a stick. I go there, I try a glove or maybe try a stick, and maybe they've got a small piece of AstroTurf in a corner, 1 metre or 2 metres square, and that's my hockey buying experience. So how is your hockey buying experience going to be better than that, or is it going to be the same?
Well, I think what we're looking at doing is actually having a ground, so a setup of probably about 100 plus square metres.
Wow. So
you'll actually be able to come in and actually physically hit with a stick, dribble. We actually hopefully be able to do some more coaching in there as well. The aim is to actually set up it online with cameras and so forth, and actually be able to come in and get analysed, the drag flicking sent off, and get a report sent straight back to you.
Fantastic. Okay, drag flicking, this is a whole new aspect. I've never heard of anything like this. This is more or less a shop and a coaching centre combined, by the sound of it. How is this drag flicking school or online approach going to work?
So effectively we're going to have at least 2 cameras, or probably possibly 3. One from behind, one from the side, so it watches your lunge, how you step, how big your lunge is, and so forth like that. And then hopefully on top, which will actually analyse the way you rotate as well. So with that, you'll actually be able to take the footage. It'll get sent through to me if I'm not actually there. I'll be able to analyse it, look at your angles of your release, making sure you're not in any position to be able to actually in danger, whether your knees over your foot and closing the foot, and there's so much more drag flicking people don't actually understand. So to be able to learn it properly, get feedback, and the plan is to be able to have multiple sessions so you come back through and learn something.
Okay, so in theory, so somebody, well, my age group for example, I mean, I'm the older age in the Masters, I'm 60 plus now. We never had drag flicking. I mean, it just didn't exist for my age group. So somebody in my age division, would you expect that you would be able to actually do that online approach? So I come into the shop, you're not there, for example, so would you'd be able to film me?
Yep.
You might be overseas at a tournament or something, that then gets sent over to you, and then it comes back and I get that feedback. Is that how it's going to work?
Absolutely. So what you'll actually get to see is the right process from the start. So what I like to do is let people go, and they've got their own sort of technique. The best way to look at that is what actually suits them. So you try not to change too much from a perspective, but guys, whether you play 50 or 60, I had a 64-year-old woman that I taught in Melbourne not long ago who'd never done it before. She took it through the season, sent us emails saying how well she did, she scored goals. And it's also a good process for someone like yourself of your age to learn. The reason being that goalkeepers aren't used to it.
Well, nobody expects it.
No one expects it. Absolutely. So as a goalkeeper, they're not expecting to use it. And majority of goals from drag flicks are scored low anyway. Right. So if you can actually put pressure, a different height, an awkward height for a goalkeeper, it's going to be harder for them too.
So, okay, so you've got this drag flicking online coaching session going, that's obviously something which is quite unique. I haven't heard of that. I know there are people who do something similar, but not where it's set up formally. So you're going to have the camera set up formally, so people will be able to then return, see themselves, how they progress. They'll be able to get that, keep on their telephone and refer back to it, etc.
Definitely. Well, the other thing we're looking at as well within that, we want to hopefully have the full pitch. So we'll be actually doing goalkeeping sessions in there as well. We're just looking into a new ball machine that might be coming out, which hopefully we'll be able to sell from the shop too. And we'll have new accessories, like we'll actually be selling goals, different training tools, drag mats, ball picker-uppers. Don't really have a name for that yet, but we've got an engine. Absolutely. There's nothing worse than a coach walking around picking up all the balls at the end of a session, as opposed to having somewhat like a tennis tube that we've designed as well to be able to pick up balls to save you back, but also save you buying on a crate. So we're looking at being able to create it more as an experience. So you come in, you enjoy yourself, we'll have nets set up properly so you can actually trial the stick. I think what most people do, even if you buy online or not, you want to be able to actually feel your stick. And although that you can get similar weights, similar balance points, it's not necessarily you get the same stick all the time.
Yeah, well, I've talked to people in the past who reckon the best way to get a good stick was to steal one, because they could borrow one off somebody, have a good hit with him, that's great, and then they're only joking, of course, but really you can't get a proper trial of a stick in a shop, normally speaking.
No, that's
so
right.
From what you're describing there, it sounds like you could have a range of sticks available for people. They could really have a proper go, hitting, dragging, flicking, the full range.
Definitely. So
and
we're
they
looking
would know whether it was.
We'll definitely have Atlas, and we've got JDH coming aboard, which is not being sold now in Victoria, and Ritual as well, so some of the biggest brands, which is pretty exciting to have them all on board. I've played with Atlas for so long.
Indeed.
The same thing, you know, you don't necessarily always find the stick that you want, but what you're looking for is, as in one specific model, there's so many different balance points and stuff.
Of course,
but you want to find something you're happy with, and that's what we're going to be able to hopefully help a lot of people do, and be happy in the end.
Well, it sounds fantastic. I know you have an awful lot of other stuff going on that we're not going to talk about today, and we'll probably talk about some other point in time, but it certainly sounds exciting. It's definitely needed, because it's a coaching, shopping experience, and normally we don't get that in hockey, and plus it's another outlet for hockey, which has got to be a good thing. So let's just wish you all the best of success with that, Chris, and everybody out there. Jump right in, go and visit the shop as soon as it's open. I'll put an address and a byline on the video here so that people can visit and check the experience, and if you like it, maybe you'll buy something, or maybe you'll get some coaching from the man himself.
Absolutely. Thank
Thanks,
you very
Chris.
much.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.